So I got a little intel here on Lamar Jackson, and I got to tell you, it's good. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round, so if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let me know in the comments below. Do you think Lamar Jackson, is slated to be the #3 running back at Ohio State? Because I tell you, you basically heard what I've been hearing, which is that dude is showing out early in spring practice. Number 2'5", 6 feet, 205 pounds, 1,700-yard rusher in 2023, averaged 10 yards per carry in high school. It's what you would expect from a player that was recruited to play tailback at Ohio State. And we feel like we know who the #1, #2 tailbacks are going to be at Ohio State. One of them is a transfer in CJ Donaldson, who started out his career at West Virginia as a tight end before moving back to tailback out of necessity and turning into one of the better tailbacks in the Big 12. Outstanding rusher. Like, I really enjoy watching that dude play football. He's great between the tackles. He likes contact. He's got enough speed to take one to the house where it doesn't feel like he's going to get run down. Reminds me a lot of Samaje Perine at Oklahoma when he was there. He is the kind of guy that I think you would need to replace a Quinshon Judkins, a guy that you need in short yardage, a guy that is going to run through people's faces like Alvin Mack talks, absolutely wants the contact, and is going to do the most to try to wear out that second level, that third level of your defense, especially late into games when most teams, especially Ohio State, like to run the football when they can to bleed out the clock. Right? The other guy over there is your all-around tailback. It's James Peoples. Peoples is the kind of player that would have gotten all the accolades last year if a freak of nature named Jeremiah Smith was not there. He's on par for me with Julian Sayin. Those two dudes I expect to make the biggest leaps of any skill players on the offensive or defensive side of the ball for Ohio State. They're also probably going to get a lot of touches. Obviously, he's starting quarterback, but a tailback that can break it away, a tailback that can catch the ball out of the backfield, and a tailback that is great on third down when it comes to blocking. It's going to be a guy that is beloved at Ohio State. There's a lot of folks that are comparing him to J.K. Dobbins. It's not a bad comparison to have, but we look at the tailbacks that, frankly, have been around since even just the Urban Meyer era, and you got a hard time finding one of those that just wasn't amazing, frankly, at one point or another. And I would even take that a little bit further, right? I would say take it all the way back to when Tressel was smart enough to play Maurice Clarett. It's real been hard. And then before that, Eddie George, who's now head coach at Bowling Green. And the only two-time Heisman winner in college football history is a Buckeye tailback. As a matter of fact, until about 2018, the calling hard for Ohio State is not throwing the ball. It's running the ball. I mean, Orlando Pace got Heisman votes, guys. That's an offensive tackle. Come on, man. That's what they do. And now you're getting yet another one. Like when James People got up and said Ohio State is RBU, there are a lot of people that are just new to Ohio State football that don't understand the gravity of that statement. But I realize he realizes it. He's also got the kind of running backs coach that I grew up around. Frankly, it feels like family. And knowing he a Q-Dog, that makes all the sense in the world. Carlos Lachlan got it up out the mud. Carlos Lachlan used to go to Memphis to help practice after getting off his shift at the Federal Corrections. I mean, my man was a prison guard, the CO. That's your running backs coach. And he is also the man who came from Oregon with Dan Lanning, who had a famous quote that I've loved and nailed to the wall. It is, you got to keep them soft baked batch cookies from round me. They gonna crumble. And I'm going, all right, that's what's up. And he says this to all of them. Look, I'm going to recruit 2 more that are going to try to make sure you never see the football field. That's the job. You got competition in this room. Iron is sharpening iron in this room. And when you got a name like Lamar Jackson, yeah, we expect you to show out. And you wearing a 2.5? 2.5 is 2.5. Look, it's one thing for you to be named Lamar Jackson, which is his father's name, too, by the way. But Lamar Jackson, the way we know about, that's an MVP. That's one of 2 players in the history of the NFL to win unanimous MVP. One of them is Tom Brady, who's the GOAT. The other one is Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Baltimore Ravens. Then there's Bo Jackson, who is on par with Deion Sanders as one of the two greatest athletes to ever play football and baseball. Full stop. Those dudes are different. Man, we told tall tales about Bo Jackson. Matter of fact, Bo Jackson didn't go to Auburn. He wins 3 national championships. But he went to Auburn. I can't help that. You know, he always wanted to go to Auburn, wanted to be at Auburn. He was at Auburn, not winning no national championships. Like, when people talk about Herschel Walker, I'd be like, did y'all forget Bo Jackson was on his head? Like, soon as he got there, Bo Jackson was doing that. Man, ain't nothing like seeing the 3-4. Man, the 3-4 coming at you, that's and then got to be a Raider. I remember watching that man climb the left field wall, you know, playing for the Kansas City Royals. Talk about going to another sorry team that didn't do much. Well, they weren't sorry when he was there. And they since won a World Series, so I probably need to back down. It's probably because Kansas City just right up the road. And I remember going to Kauffman when nobody going to Kauffman. You get stupid cheap tickets going to Kauffman. And I got some kind of way about that, right? I went up there to go see the Dodgers play because Tulsa Drillers feed into the Dodgers, and before that fed into the Rockies. I ain't never going to be no Rockies fan. But when the Dodgers took on the AAA and AA affiliates in Oklahoma City, and Tulsa, then, yeah, it's easy for me to wear a Dodgers hat, go to some Dodgers games. I wear the Brooklyn B, though. I ain't putting LA on my head. I can't. I'm from Oklahoma. Yeah. Yes, they are the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I get that, but I wear that Brooklyn B because Jackie Robinson, you heard? You heard? All right. So you got Bo Jackson back there, I think, making noise, and the way that I hear about it, it's flashing. It is, have you seen the burst? Have you seen the speed? Have you seen how he moves in the weight room? These are all things that are encouraging. And I think you're going to need a third down tailback this year. I think it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know that you're going to feel so comfortable rotating just those two if the season goes on as long as it did. And maybe that was just part of the calculus. You thought you could lean on Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson in ways that maybe you didn't in years past. Like, that last year made us, quite frankly, forget about Mayan Williams altogether. Like, I don't remember saying his name all that much, and that was the dude. You know, that was the Quinshon Judkins, and they leveled up to that. Again, who can you go get and who can help you right away? And it's not uncommon for me to think of Ohio State being able to out-recruit everybody at the running back position. Tony Alford did that before Carlos Loughlin got there. As a matter of fact, I think one of the reasons that you end up with Tony Alford going to Michigan is he believed he was worth more. Same thing kind of happens with Jim Knowles. Might have believed he was worth more. I know that you want to pay me 2.75, but they want to pay me 3.1. Do you want me to stay here or not? And they say go with God, right? Vaya con Dios. I think that when we get to see the showcase, we might see a little bit of James Peoples and a little bit of CJ Donaldson, but I expect to see a lot of Bo Jackson. And I'm excited about it because nothing I like more than watching younger players learn who they're going to be in the college game. And it happens again in the NFL. There's always a reset because you find out that everybody's big, fast, and strong. How much faster and stronger you are and how much more cunning and crafty you are, these are all things that you're learning to manage. But as it stands right now, that's the guy that says, oh, yeah, I'm named after two greats and my daddy. I think you can do something with